Hello everyone, I've got two easy lunches for you here today. The first is my go-to oil-free oven fries along with a side of a quick and easy coleslaw. And the second is a beautiful Hawaiian rice bowl inspired by a pineapple that I bought. So I'm starting by preparing a quick coleslaw to go with my oven fries as my vegetable side. I'm just grating up a carrot here, and off camera I mixed together about a teaspoon of tahini with about 2 teaspoons of rice vinegar to make a quick, simple dressing. This is just a personal size coleslaw for me, but this would be a great one to prep ahead of time if you wanted to make a big batch and eat it throughout the week. So I'm chopping up some cabbage here, and of course you could use a food processor if you prefer to do that over cutting. Cabbage is one of my go-to winter vegetables. In September and October I had kale growing in the garden, so kale salad was my usual side. But my kale is now frozen, so cabbage from the store it is. Now it's common for coleslaw to have a bit of sweetness to it, so what I'm doing to add a bit of sweetness is just finely dicing up a medjool date here. Now you can eat this coleslaw right away after tossing it, but it is best if you leave it to sit for a bit in the fridge, even just for an hour or so. Gives time for the sweetness from the date to really work its way into the salad. So once it's tossed, I'm just going to put it aside and get my potatoes ready. So for my oil-free oven fries, I've got some russet potatoes, some Dijon mustard, some paprika, and some garlic powder to season the fries. So I'm just getting my potatoes chopped up into fry-size pieces. And you can cut these as thick or as thin as you prefer them. I'm using russet potatoes here because I think they make the fluffiest fries, but I tend to just buy whatever potatoes are on sale and mix it up. So use whatever potatoes you like or whatever potatoes you have on hand. Once the potatoes are all chopped, just throw them on your baking sheet. I've got mine lined with a silicone baking mat. Now you can do this next step in a bowl, but why create additional dishes when you can do it right on the baking sheet? So I'm adding my mustard there, and then just some paprika and Dijon and some garlic powder to season it. If you like salt, obviously, add salt to your potatoes. And then just give them a good toss right there on the sheet and lay them out flat into a single layer. Once your potatoes are all laid out, pop them into an oven that is preheated to 375 degrees. They're going to take 40 minutes to bake approximately. And what I like to do is take them out halfway through and just give them a mix, and then spread them out once again and throw them back in the oven. If you have an air fryer, you could obviously make these potatoes in the air fryer, but I don't have an air fryer, so it's oven fries for me. Now when they're done to your liking, take them out. For me, this usually takes about 40 minutes. I like to enjoy my oven fries with lots of ketchup. I haven't found ketchup to be problematic for weight loss. I've been enjoying oven fries, several days a week while losing weight. So you do whatever condiment works for you. Typically a low-fat condiment is going to be good for weight loss. So that's one of my go-to lunches. I've got my cabbage, I've got my potatoes, and I am good to go. Now the second recipe is my Hawaiian rice bowl, which is really just a component bowl that was inspired by the pineapple that I bought and cut up. So I'm starting by cooking some frozen cauliflower to go as part of the vegetable component of my bowl. And I like to cook it by just throwing it on a baking sheet in the oven. It's the simplest thing, but you can steam it if you prefer to do that, or use a different vegetable if you'd like. Now I'm cutting up some tofu here into little tiny cubes to be a good protein component for my bowl. I'm going to toss it with some barbecue sauce, and you can use whatever barbecue sauce you like and have on hand. Barbecue sauce, like ketchup, is a condiment that contains sugar and salt. So if you don't eat sugar and salt, you'll have to skip this. But for me, it hasn't been an issue for weight loss to include fat-free condiments like ketchup and barbecue sauce in my cooking. And I find you gotta make things taste delicious. So lay your tofu out on a baking sheet. Once again, I'm using a silicone baking mat here so that it doesn't stick too much to the pan. And I try to space the pieces out so there's lots of space around them to cook. So that went into the oven along with my cauliflower, and that's cooking at 375 degrees. Now, we're seeing cabbage again. Cabbage just happens to be the vegetable that I had on hand. So I'm making a quick little slaw here, chopping up my cabbage, adding it to a bowl, and then just dressing it with a squeeze of lime juice. Now the other elements that I'm prepping for my bowl are some bell pepper and some pineapple. I'm just slicing this up as I like it. Red bell pepper would be great here, and this just happens to be what I had available. If you have any sweet onions on hand, that would be a great addition and would go well with the Hawaiian theme. So there's my bell pepper, and now I've got my pineapple, and I'm just cutting it into bite-sized pieces that I think will work great for my bowl. Once everything is cooked, it's time to assemble the bowl. And you could prep any of these ingredients ahead of time or enjoy them hot like I'm doing here. So I've got my big bowl out, and I have some leftover rice that I'd already prepared, but again, you can make it fresh if you don't have any on hand, or you could use a different whole grain if that's what you're in the mood for. So I'm adding my rice, I'm adding my quick little slaw, I'm adding all of that cauliflower into my bowl, all of those bell peppers, and then I'm topping it off in the center with my pineapple. Now I'm just going to sprinkle the barbecue tofu over the top. And lastly, for some healthy fat, I'm going to dice up some avocado to squeeze on top and to sort of act as a dressing for the bowl. And it's always nice when you end up with a perfect avocado. Now the avocado, the barbecue sauce, the lime on the coleslaw, and the pineapple all work together to sort of make a nice dressing. So you could enjoy this as is, or if you want to bump up the flavor, you could add some soy sauce or hot sauce or both, like I'm going to do, to give it a bit more salt and kick to it. So that is my big, beautiful, healthy lunch. I hope you'll give it a try and stick around for more easy weight loss lunches. Thanks so much for watching.